So we are here with the cast and crew of The Immortals. How's everyone going? How's everything going since the last time I saw you guys was at the Garden State Film Festival?
Good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Graduated. Oh, not Kyle. 4 of us graduated high school, so that's
I've
That's
been left
good.
behind.
We got one a year older and well, not even a year younger, but one grade up and one grade down. So, but the 4 of us, we graduated a couple weeks ago, a month ago. I don't know.
Wow. Did you have a real graduation, or was it online, or what?
We were able to have a real graduation with no restrictions on spectators. So we had like filled bleachers once again. You know, I haven't seen that in a year and some. So that was really cool to be able to have like all of our family and everyone there. It was crazy.
Yeah, like the last week of school, they were like, "All right, everything's back to normal." Like, and then we were all like, "What are we doing?"
Yeah.
No teachers wanted to do any work whatsoever, so we were like, all watching movies and everything.
Hey, that's cool with us. That's okay with us. We're totally okay with that. Yeah, we were able to have banquets and end of year events and our prom, so it was great.
Awesome. Yeah. So, what's going on with the film now? So you had it at Garden State. Did it play? And I saw some pictures. You guys had a screening.
Yeah, our premiere.
Yes, it was so fun. Can you hear me well?
I can hear you. Yeah, you're a little faded, but I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, I got a new computer, so it might be. I don't know how to use it. But yeah, we had our premiere on May 19th. So it was it was at Old Mill Inn in Basking Ridge. So it was a wedding venue, and it was so nice. It was so nice, and I think we had 250 people.
A good amount.
I'd say overall.
Wow.
But it was incredible because we had 2 screenings, like kind of a 7 p.m. for family and adults, and then 9 p.m. for everyone in our grade to come and see it.
It was so cool because it like brought together, because it was kind of the first event that people in our school were able to really go to, like in a mass amount, like a big event.
Yeah.
So we had like a bunch of our friends, like all different types of friends, all different types of people, come, and they all really enjoyed it. They all loved it. Everybody went crazy for the movie. So it was one of the I think I speak for all of us when I say it was one of the best days of our lives. So.
Yeah,
awesome.
It was really cool.
It is a good feeling. I remember the first time I saw my first directed film on a screen in a big real theater, and I couldn't watch the movie. I just watched people's reactions.
Yeah, we were sitting in the back, so we could just look at people, look at the different tables and during the screenings.
It was so fun because, first of all, we made it a formal dress code. So everyone came dressed up and in dresses and suits. So that was very fun. But what was the best about it is especially the 9 p.m. crowd was pretty rowdy. So every big moment in the movie, there was a huge reaction to it. And that was so awesome to watch that, gasps and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the best part. Yeah, when you guys first start going to things in the theaters and stuff, you all dress up. But then after a while, you just go in T-shirts and jeans. You get used to it. I remember the first time I had a jacket on. They're like, "Oh, you're a director." I'm like, "Yeah," and then no one cared after that. So, you get used to it. So you're like, "Oh yeah." So that's why Kevin Smith. I was just with him this weekend. He's just always wearing the hat and the little shorts, the short shorts things, the jean shorts and all that stuff. So still doing the same stuff. So it was cool to see him with Ming and I were at this event, and he just did his I Sell Comics in front of a nice crowd. So they opened up the Smod Castle, which is podcasting in front of an audience.
Oh,
so it's a lot of fun. Right next, if you guys ever seen his movies or gone to the Quick Stop, it's right by the Quick Stop.
I've seen Kevin Smith movies.
Yeah, so that's kind of what we were doing all weekend. So he was in town opening that up. So you can they're going to have screenings where you can watch movies there, and it's right next to the Quick Stop and things like that. So that's
awesome.
some cool.
That's cool.
So that was our crazy weekend that we just had. But so why don't we go around the room here and start with Alec there, and you tell us what you did on the film.
So on the film, I played the titular character Duke, Duke. Over the production, I described him as a gluttonous fool. My character was I just ate a lot, and then I was an idiot. And guess what? I guess that they wrote, and they told me when I got the part, they went, "Hey, Alec, we wrote this part specifically for you." So I'm gonna take it as, they think I'm a gluttonous fool. No.
Like the guy from Fast and Furious that just kept eating, and then he died, and now he's back again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about family.
Yeah, all about family.
All about family.
And he's still eating. He's still eating. In the new movie I saw it, he's just eating and eating.
Yeah, so that was what I did. I was Duke. I would say it was a great time because I know that right now we we have Snapchat, and basically Snapchat has like a feature where if you take a picture and then you save it, a memory will come up from like a year ago. So like it's kind of crazy because like they keep sending me all these memories from like when we were filming the first time, and I'm like, wow. This was crazy because back then I didn't think this movie was going to go nearly as far as it did. I thought, it was just going to be a fun little thing I did one summer. But I enjoyed the experience of being the gluttonous fool Duke. And I've had a great time this past year and a half just living in the moment with the character and, having fun with the movie.
Yeah. And Danny, what about you?
Well, I just want to clear up. So he might have been a bit of a gluttonous fool, but he was also a very important character.
Yeah, he's completely undersold that.
He also has super strength, so he might eat a lot. He might be a bit dumb, but he also smashes things. So, my character was Jack, who is the main character. He has telekinesis, and he's brought into the group, and he goes through the whole thing. But I also wrote the film with Zoe and Ryan. We co-directed, co-produced. I did most of the editing, but we all did some editing. Writing, producing, acting, directing. I don't know,
all hats.
Most of the things, and. Similarly to Alec, I've really enjoyed getting those 1 year ago today memories because it's like crazy how much we've like learned over the past year. Like a year ago today, we were filming, in a parking lot, with Kyle screaming at us. Like it's crazy to think that was like that long ago, but it also contributed to so much good in all of our lives the past year. So very much enjoyed this past year and some with this movie.
What about you, Kyle?
Okay, so my character's name was Felix. Did you even say your character's name, Dad?
I did.
Yeah. Oh, yes. All right, so my character's name was Felix. He was like the leader of the group who brought Danny's character Jack into the group. And he was like playing with a lot of emotions, and that way I got to play with a lot of like different parts of the character throughout the movie, and it was so much fun during the premiere. Like personally, I still don't know whether or not like to go in what profession to go in because I'm still a year younger, not younger, but a grade below. Yeah, so I'm a grade below, so I don't know what I want to do or what the future holds for me.
I'll tell you what, I still don't know what I want to
do. Yeah, so people will come up to me and they're like, Kyle, like, you're gonna be an actor, and I was like, you guys gotta calm down. but then just saying that, and then we're in the middle of like a premiere that like 250 people are coming to. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, so I texted in our group chat saying like, wow, it's so crazy that we didn't spend less than 8 hours apart from each other like all summer.
Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse to you. Yeah, but I think that's mostly me. Yeah, I think that's all.
And what about you, Kayla?
My name's Kayla. I played Piper. She had super strength, and she kind of fits into my.
No, she did not. She's super strength.
Not super strength, super speed. I was trying to.
Speed strength.
No.
Close enough.
So.
When you punch that fast, it's got to also be pretty strong.
I guess you do have super strength to an extent.
Anyways, they make fun of me as usual because I act like that most of the time. But Piper is absolutely in love with Kyle's character, Felix. and she looks up to him as a father figure and more, perhaps. And I really enjoyed playing her because she fit into my typecasting role where it's this really happy, energetic character that is in love with someone. And I like that it got a little bit of a character arc at the end. Not really, because I ended up doing something for him anyways. But I'm glad that I got to show more of a dramatic side and a funny side and show my comedy as well. But yeah, it's been an amazing experience and definitely something I could put on my resume, which is a huge plus.
Yeah. What about you, Ryan?
So I didn't have a character aside from a very minute cameo.
No, not minute. Come on.
The cameo in there.
Life changing. But I handled basically everything behind the camera. Danny was the only one with really heavy film experience beforehand from school. And considering he was a main character, he was in front of the camera most of the time. So I had to do everything, all the lighting, all the cinematography. He did help with that. And we had a couple crew members come in, a lot of just extra hands to move around the cameras, hold the boom, that kind of stuff. But basically all of the film production aspects were in my hands with that. So it was a lot. I would never take on such a heavy project without other people behind the camera, because it was a lot of work in a very short amount of time, especially with the time constraints we had. But it was a really great experience nonetheless, because we got it done, and it was just a fantastic time doing it.
Awesome. And you, Zoe?
Hi. So as Danny was saying, I co-wrote, co-directed, co-whatever the movie. I took on most of the producing though, so I did a lot of like the scheduling, getting people where they needed to be at the right time, and feeding people and all that kind of stuff. But I also played the female lead of the movie, Vera. So I was able to read minds, and I was twin siblings with the gluttonous fool Duke, even though he didn't mention that about me. But, so I kind of have the arc where I'm able to, because I can read minds, see through Felix's manipulation and kind of have my own arc from manipulated person to, breaking out of that.
All right. So how did you guys come up with the story?
Well,
how'd that come about?
I originally had pulled the idea of a character kind of going through a traumatic event and then turning around and joining a group that promises to solve it, from a YouTube series I had watched from maybe 11 years ago. And so I took that idea and I was heavily adapting it into something significantly shorter, like 15 or 20 minutes long, more supernatural, less work. But, I had finished probably the first 8 pages of the script, and I texted Danny and Zoe because we had done a project together in the past where they had helped revise the script. And when they read it, we decided that we were going to completely redo the story. We sat down, I think we had like 2 or 3 days where we talked about all of the major plot points and kind of outlined everything.
Idea Bonanza.
The idea Bonanza.
The doc is called.
There's a lot of them. And so we just took it from there.
Do you guys have a lot of like behind the scene footage where you could almost do like a whole documentary?
Actually, probably, yes.
Probably.
We filmed a lot, and we also have so many Google documents of just us coming up with ideas, whatever. Our group chat alone could be a documentary.
It's so funny because like Zoe and Keating were saying, like our shared drive on Google Drive, like we've documented, we made sure to keep like documents of like every step along the way. Like we have a whole folder dedicated to scripts. And so we just have like the date of each script, so we can look back at like the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth version of the script. So yeah, we got all of it, and we have a good amount of behind the scenes stuff and a lot of bloopers.
Yeah.
So like release it like a DVD, CD version kind of thing.
We honestly, because one of the places we filmed was a dojo, right? And it was in Dover, and it was right next to the train station. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, right when we were about to start takes or during takes, the train would go by. And there's so many takes of just the train going by and someone like, Are you kidding me?
I think my favorite one was one time. I don't even know who was acting in it, but like it was a shot of somebody, and the train goes by, and we're like, oh, okay, cool, that's good. And we start the take again, and then
Another train the other way.
It was hilarious. Yeah, no. So a lot of goofy moments with this group, especially in the dojo. A lot of behind the scenes stuff for sure.
We kind of lost our minds in there.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we kind of did.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
But overall, you guys learned a lot from doing this.
Absolutely.
And are you guys working on any new projects together or separate? Or I guess some of you guys are going to college for this. Any of you?
Yeah, we're not doing any big projects. I think all of us kind of are working on things alone or separately. It is hard this summer because honestly, the Immortals was such a product of its time because we had so much time on our hands just to do, and everyone was free. Like literally, we told Kyle, Kayla, and Alec, we're like, you're filming every day of the summer. Like that's just what's happening. And they were like, yeah, we don't have anything else to do. So it worked so perfectly. And I know like Ryan, you leave when for college?
I leave August 10th.
So like,
that's early. Wow, that's early.
Yeah.
We didn't even finish filming this until the end, the Immortals until the end of August.
No.
And that's not including reshoots or any of the editing or music or anything like that. So
just straight filming ended in like mid August.
No, Ryan, I think we could do an Immortals 2 before you leave.
Let's get filming right now.
With the writing.
Yeah. Oh my lord. No, we don't need to write. We'll just improv it. Yeah. It's the thing is like what Zoe said about it being a product of its time is 100% true. But even like my sister wanted to she's a very good writer, so she wanted to do like a 25 minute thing, and I was thinking about how much of a commitment the Immortals was. That was my summer, and it's the greatest thing I've ever done. So I'm it's the best choice I've ever made to do that. But it was a huge commitment, and every day I was thinking about it, dreaming about it,
literally,
acting in it. So it was just this giant commitment to do something of that size over the summer. So yeah, we couldn't have done that again, especially our senior year summer going into college. But we've done a couple. I think me and Ryan both did short films for college applications because we're both doing film in college. So we've made some things, but nothing to this.
Nothing.
Size.
Where are you guys going for film school, or is it
show your shirt, Keating?
No, it's wrong.
Is that the wrong school?
I'm going to Arizona State.
Oh,
same colors.
Hang out at their new studio.
They do? Oh, a new studio. Wow.
120,000 square feet. It is wild.
Yeah, and they do start out west. They start school early, so yeah, August 10th. Huh? Jeez.
And before May starts, it'll be fantastic.
Wow.
I'm going Northwestern up in the Midwest. It's not. I don't even know if it's like a film school, but it's a film major. So I'll be doing that.
Yeah, I know of that program and everything pretty well. So that's good. Yeah,
I'm very excited. A lot of great internship opportunities is what I'm seeing. So.
Absolutely. You might end up going to Chicago and working there or something, right?
Definitely. That seems very likely.
Yeah.
It's insane to see, even in college, I don't know if we'll have the time or the ability to pull off
the Immortals
with the pandemic. I know for our program, we work for 3 semesters on a capstone project. It's 10 minutes long.
Yeah. Wow.
So it just I'm still confused as to how we pulled it off. But.
It was a perfect storm. It was a perfect storm of no one's doing anything. We have the summer. Everything fell into place for us, which was extremely lucky, and we're very grateful for that.
That's awesome. So what about, I know you guys played at Garden State and you had your premiere. Have you got put it in any other film festivals?
Well, honestly, so I'm pretty much in charge of that. We did a lot of festivals. I can't even name all the ones we did off the top of my head. But this is our most recent one, Bright Side.
Yeah,
so thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just because after Garden State, none of these were ones we could go to. I think Garden State was the only one. So even if we got into one, just okay, because we couldn't even. A lot of them were online. Like they just like you're in the festival, and we're like, we believe you, I guess.
Yeah.
So we did some Canadian festivals. I know we did a lot of the New Jersey ones. So including Brightside, and just a lot of fests we tried to get into,
We
but
got to
it's
a
frustrating. We
Chicago
did.
Indie Film Festival. We were semifinalists for that, and the Toronto one was a Couch Film Festival. We got best long short film there, so that was cool.
And
So
it is hard though being a student being 55 minutes long, because in a lot of festivals there's no
Yeah.
category for us, because like all student films are typically at 10 minutes, so
Yeah.
we're kind of an awkward spot. But we found a lot of festivals that were willing to take us.
Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah, I have room in my festival for that, and like give you guys a whole. You got your whole it's an
Yes,
opening.
thank
It
you.
opens up the day, and then later on we have student awards. So we're really known for student films for college, and so we have a couple high school sets, a couple college sets. The college films blew me away this year. I was like, holy crap, they're so
Really?
good. So it's like crazy competition for the awards, and I have a lot of awards. So you guys were nominated a bunch, and then we give other awards. So. I'm sure you'll get something. So
the nominations. When we saw the nominations, we were all like, "Oh my gosh, that's so many!"
yeah.
We're so thankful for that, because we saw that. We were not expecting all that. We were just excited to get into another film festival. We were just excited for another screening. That we were like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" And then on top of that, the nominations. Like, it's very exciting. We're most of us are planning on going. Zoe will be in California.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do in California? You got to go to like Disney and Star Wars.
Well, I actually am, but I'm going to Stanford in the fall, so I'm visiting.
Wow.
Because I've only been on campus like once for 15 minutes, so we thought it might be a good idea to see where I'm going.
I want to go to. I was gonna go to LA this summer at the end of the summer, but like I'm going through money like ridiculous. But I'm going to Houston. Yeah, I'm going to Vegas. My students have films in Vegas, so I'm going to Vegas.
Wow.
So we got to. I'm like, I'll go. Why not? For a few days, and then I'm like, maybe like we might get a student film into a festival that's playing at the Chinese theater, and if we do, I said I'm going. I don't care. I'm going.
That is so cool at the
That
Chinese
is
theater.
really amazing.
Yeah, so we got it in last year. We got 2 films in last year, and then pandemic, so we couldn't go. So I was like, and it was in the end of the summer, so I'm like, I'll probably run out of money, but I'm going. I don't care. And I have a lot of friends, a lot more friends out in LA now, because I've been interviewing them for a year and a half on this, and I haven't seen them. So I'm like, I'm gonna come visit. So
Especially like Zoe and Danny, since they're going out west every single day since like we stopped like filming, and we like the Immortals has kind of not like died down, because this has like brought us back up.
Yeah.
But every single day they're like, oh my gosh, why can't you guys just go out west? Like,
I am the worst with that. I'm like,
Yeah,
guys, you've
because-
got to come to California. You've got to come to California.
like, oh my gosh, guys, if you have films and stuff that I want to see, I have to come back to the East Coast.
if you're out in LA, you got to go do Runyon Canyon. Kevin Smith does that every day. I did it, and I was like, this is the best.
What is it? What is Runyon?
It's just a canyon, and just like you go up and up this like big mountain hill and up and around, and you could come right out right by near the Hollywood. Well, that's the other side, but right on Hollywood Boulevard there, and it's huge. But like you'll just be walking by like, oh, I've seen that person in this movie, this person in this movie. Like
Right.
every celebrity walks it in the morning, so
That's
it's pretty
awesome.
funny. So. But it's this cool thing to do, and the last time I was out there, every morning I would just walk it. And I was like, wasn't that person in that movie last year? Oh, yeah. So that's where you see most people. And
Yeah,
they're all
everyone's like,
sweating.
Oh my god, it's the Immortals kids. Oh my god, I can't believe it.
That is a good feeling if that ever happens to you guys. I was in Red Bank, New Jersey, across the street, and my film played the other day, like the day before. And some guy yelled out, and it's called Death and Disco Fries. And some guy just randomly goes, "Hey, Disco Fry!" And I was like, that was the best moment ever in my life.
Oh my god! The day that like one of us gets like recognized by someone, like I don't even know what I do.
It's in a weird way. It kind of happened. Me and Alec and I both work at the Walgreens in our town. We work.
Yeah, Walgreens. Shout out.
I was just on register. Like like people think that like we go out and we film all the time. We need money too. There's no like discrimination against that. So then I was on register, and then someone comes up to me and is like, do I know you from somewhere? And I was like, I don't think so. I've never seen this person in my life. And they go, oh, you were in the premiere. You were at the premiere.
Wow.
You were in this movie, The Immortals, right? And then I was like, that's just so weird. It's not like I was caught like on a walk or something, or like making a film. I was caught on register at Walgreens. By the way, Walgreens.
Stars working at Walgreens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like to be called Walgreens.
That's great. That happening already. You'll see. That's great.
Well, because like in our town, people know about it. I think, especially because, like I said, the premiere was like one of the first big events of the year. So like people will like talk about our movie, and it's so weird.
That
It's
is
like
so
surreal.
We got into our own school paper, I think.
Yeah.
Do we get into the
Yeah, we've been on a couple like newspapers, like local newspapers and
It's so
things like
wild
that.
that we can just say that nonchalantly.
Yeah, and then
we're very grateful about it, by the way.
Yes, so true.
and you had pictures of podcasting with Ming and I all over the place in the Garden
Yeah.
State.
That was
Oh my gosh, we were in the
views.
Garden State, like the page on NJ Insider.
Yeah,
like, us three was in it, and we were like, oh my gosh.
Yes, that was true. And I mean, so many people watched both the interview and the podcast. Like those were like some of the most viewed videos on the Garden State YouTube. What's going on?
What's so crazy is that, especially after the premiere, when all of our friends saw it, and like people I'm not even friends with, like people I've never seen before coming to the premiere, it's like I spent the amount of time, Danny was touching on this earlier, like I spent thinking about the Immortals I cannot even tell you how many hours it was. So then like the next day, like during gym and like in the hallways, people would be like, I have this theory about your character. I was like, it felt so validating that something like we wrote and created, people were interested in enough to like say, I have a theory about your character, or like, it was just so cool. That was like the best part for me.
Yeah, seeing like writing stuff down on paper and performing it and then watching it back and seeing you create a character, that's a great feeling.
Mm.
It was
Especially when people care about it.
Yeah.
It was very funny when people would ask for a sequel.
Yeah.
Because the story
Yeah.
wraps up. The story's over.
I wouldn't want to spoil anything, but
Without spoilers, nah.
Did you guys ever think of breaking it up and making a web series out of it originally, or just go all out short film?
No, we were like, we're just gonna make this. We're gonna dedicate ourselves to this, and we're not thinking about a sequel or anything.
Yeah.
We don't have the facilities for that. but everybody, so many people were asking for a sequel. It was so funny. Like, and people were like, "Oh, if you can't do a sequel, we'll do like a prequel or da 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 da."
Or take a couple characters and you do like a side.
I always wanted to do a Piper prequel, Piper side movie.
I would love
Like I got Black Widow out right now. You can kind of branch off.
No, the two.
Yes,
Yeah.
you go for it, then.
No, you go, Kyle. I've talked
Okay,
about.
okay.
You go.
There's these two characters that our friends play, and we put them there, and they put them there for that specific reason. But we all know, like, they in our theater program in our school, they were like the comedy duo. And then at the premiere, whenever they would say anything, the crowd would just laugh so hard. And we wanted to no, the two
Tyler.
of them were, yeah, Tyler and Evan were
Okay.
telling
Yeah,
us.
we'll shout them out: Tyler Powell and Evan Graham.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys.
And they were saying like we would love to make a like
Spin-off.
with just
It's
the two
so
of them.
funny. Tyler would not let it go. He would just be like, "Hey man, just consider the spinoff, like plot and everything ready to go." Like he's got like people. It's so funny. And he said it like for like a couple weeks. He would like every time he saw me, he'd be like, "Yo, you thinking about that spinoff?" It's so funny. No, so many people that we worked with that like just had great ideas for it and just like really cared about it. That was the coolest thing, is people actually caring about something that we created. It was amazing.
Awesome. So, are you guys thinking about maybe next summer after you guys come back to maybe do another project together?
I mean, we have I know a lot. Most of us have like things like ideas on the back, like ideas on hand for stuff. But you know, we
Yeah.
for me personally, I'm like I'm willing to do things, but what you know, it's got to be a good situation,
Yeah.
and you know,
The organization of it is what we got to get.
it's really hard.
Yeah,
which
because
is
like
like-
we love. Yeah, I try my best. Like I love doing this kind of stuff. We have no money. We didn't pay anyone.
Yeah.
Like you know, like we have no resources, but it's so fun. So like I'm complete. You know, we're willing. It's just gonna see like, you know, we're so close now, and I love these guys with all of my heart. Like these are my best friends. But like a year, we're gonna be removed. And what Kyle said about being together all the time, like that holds up. And it's gonna be weird, you know, all being at different parts of the country next year.
Yep.
So you know, we'll see what happens next summer, and like where we all are.
Well, having the film and then having screenings, kind of, even if it's like months down the road, it'll bring you all together again.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Mhm.
That always
That's
does.
the beautiful thing about it. Like when because after Garden State, there was a couple film festivals that we didn't get into because they didn't have like student film categories. So we were like, screw it.
It's hard, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, so since Garden State, we've just kind of been like working on like trying to get everything copyrighted and all and releasing and all that stuff. And then we saw this one and we were like, oh my God, it's so nice to be back. Like it's just really
we're back. We're finally like last time we were like half online, half not. So we're back. We're fully back.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I
really
think
nice.
the funniest thing, one of the funniest things is there's always every few months we'll have like it's all over. But what I mean by that is like after we finished filming everything, we went it's all over. And then when Danny finished like editing it all, it's all over. And then once we did like the Garden State Film Festival, it's all over. And then we did the premiere, and it never feels like it's over, which is great. I'm not complaining about it. It's just like it's nothing I've ever like experienced before with one project.
Yeah.
No, what Kyle said, it's so true. I remember after the premiere, I was like, okay, I think, you know, yes, we have to release it, but like, I don't have to do really that much work anymore. And then Zoe calls me, she's like, oh, you got to change the music. And I was like, oh my God. and then me and Hannah, our Alex's
Hannah
older
Ferguson.
sister, Hannah Ferguson, who did the music, all the music and everything. We sat down in my kitchen for 5 hours and did some final sound mixing and music.
Oh.
And I was like, oh man, this is crazy. Like I thought I was going to never have to touch this thing ever again. And then, but you know, I love doing it. So I was like, you know, this is not a bad gig, but it
was all like copywritten music.
Well, we do have a Hall & Oates song in there.
We bought it from them
Okay.
for $2.50 on iTunes.
There you go.
So-
That's how you do it. Yeah.
But needless to say, we can't release it with a Hall & Oates song on there. But
Yeah. That happened. You guys ever? Well, you know Sundance, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So there was a guy who made a short film. It was called. Why am I forgetting now? Bruce Springsteen's song.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
So they went to Sundance and it was all the whole song. It was just the song, and they were like, we would love this movie, but do you have the copyright? And he's like, what do you mean? What do you mean copyright? And they're like, you need Bruce's permission for this. So he tweeted it out, and Bruce saw it, and they sent Bruce the movie, and he goes, yeah, you got it. It's free.
That's
Free.
crazy.
No,
Hall & Oates?
I think Hannah, because we love the Hall & Oates song that's on
It
the
fits
one
so
scene,
well.
and it fits so, like, I edited it to that song. Like, I just threw it in there, and I was like, oh, this is a song I like right now. I'll just edit it over it. And then we fell in love, so we had to. So when me and Hannah finally took it out and put the new song in, we were like so sad. And Hannah was like, I can email Hall & Oates, right? Like that's a thing I can do. And we were like,
Sometimes you could do that. Especially a student film. I told my students, I told them that story, and they got a song, and they'd email the artist, and most of the time they go, yeah, use it.
Yeah, but I mean, another thing in terms of the copyright, we didn't just use songs online that weren't copyrighted. Like Hannah goes to Northeastern in Boston, and she has classmates that make music. So we bought the music from them, which was I didn't really do much of that. It was mostly Zoe and Hannah, but it is still that was a really cool experience. Like learning to make contracts and buy actually purchase the rights to songs for that. We had to deal with all that too.
Yeah, and it's very cool because we got to like support a lot of small artists because these are all
Yeah.
students like doing what we are doing also just in, in the music industry.
Mm.
So it was really cool to like, it was a big deal for some of these artists. Like they felt very like, honored that we wanted their music in a film, but like we felt honored that they wanted, that they made this music in the first place. So it was a really cool collaboration, and I got to meet like Nick Kitts is one of them. He's a great artist, really cool guy, and Gatch also another artist we have, and these are great, incredible musicians, and they're lesser known, so it's really cool to be able to support them.
That's great. Yeah, I love music. Changes the whole movie. Soundtrack, then songs. They change the whole movie. It's amazing what they can do.
I remember watching before we put in the music, and I was like, did we put in all this time and make a bad movie? And then I went, all right, we're good.
Yeah, it's true. It changes the entire thing.
Yeah.
And Hannah made a lot of original music. We used, a lot of songs from lesser, or like I think we have a good blend of soundtrack and score.
Yeah.
If that, like we have a nice blend of that, and it really brings the movie together. Like it makes it what it is, and it's extremely true that it did not look that good without the music, and then once the music was in, it was like, oh, okay, this is a movie.
Yeah, it makes it into a movie, right? Yeah. So I remember I was on a set once, and you used to have to buy Happy Birthday. Hence, like all these places, they sing all different Happy Birthday songs. But if you sing Happy Birthday in a film, it's $2,500. So an actor did it on set in the movie, and the director threw his stuff down. He's like, "You just cost me $2,500," and now it's free.
Yeah.
Now it's free.
Good.
Yeah, we should have just sang "Happy Birthday" for every song.
We needed a birthday scene.
But I remember that.
Advantage of it. No, yeah.
So the copyright stuff is weird.
Yeah.
I think, wasn't it the Girl Scouts of America that owned the copyright to that for a while?
I think so, and it ran out. It finally ran out like 5 years ago or something like that.
That's an amazing. Like being angry at the Girl Scouts is not something that I ever thought I'd have.
It's also really funny looking at like movies that like where there are birthday scenes, and they like have to do like creative ways of not singing Happy Birthday, but like doing other versions of it so that they don't have to spend $2,500 on it.
The Applebee's Happy Birthday song.
Yeah, that's why they all did the weird stuff. And then the Thunder Road, that was it. The Thunder Road short, which is amazing. If you haven't seen it, it's online. They made a feature, and they didn't want to pay Bruce this time. So the guy like pretended it didn't work, and then he kind of sang a little of it, and he didn't have to pay Bruce for the feature. And the feature is amazing too. You can watch the feature on Amazon. It's so good.
Nice.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can do from a short, and then someone gives you money and you make a feature out of it. You never know. Well, you guys are almost at a feature with Immortals.
Yeah, we're almost there, and we don't even get us started on.
Yeah, I know. I was just
we like literally from the moment we finished it, we all like me, Keating, and Zoe have talked extensively about what we would do if we we're able to remake it again. That's the dream, though. That's what everybody wants. But it's. I mean, it would be nice, but it's definitely something to think about. That's for sure.
Well, if you ever seen The Evil Dead 2 is really The Evil Dead. They just got more money and redid it. And they added some more stuff. So you call it Immortals 2, but it's really like a little added more to Immortals, and it's the same movie, and it just gets released bigger. So that's pretty much what they did for Evil Dead 2.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all.
We'll just make the Mortals. And it'll be
Immortals? Yeah.
Immortals. We can die.
So what's next for everybody? Why don't we start with Alec? What are you doing now, or anything in the future?
So I will be attending the College of New Jersey, where I will be studying history education. So I plan on becoming a history teacher.
That's what I did.
I think that it's just the right career for me, and it seems that everybody else also thinks that. So why not? Let's go for it. And yeah,
I taught history for 6 years.
Wow.
And
Hey,
I said, forget it. I want film. So now I teach film.
maybe that'll be me. We'll see.
You never know. You never know.
You never know.
Yeah. Danny?
Well, like I said, I'm going to Northwestern for majoring in radio/TV/film. So
That's actually what I did too. That was it. I have the radio, TV/film degree.
no,
Yes.
I've never
And history.
done anything radio, but like I mean, it sounds so much fun. So I'm really
It
excited.
is,
So
yeah.
I plan on maybe getting a radio show, maybe making some
podcast.
films, maybe a pot. I would do that in a heartbeat.
DJ.
Yeah. I just plan on doing creative stuff. That's the plan.
Awesome. And Kyle, you got one more year high school?
I do got one more year of high school, but I'm working on projects right now. I would be very surprised if you also did the same thing that I plan to do. But
I did a lot, but let's see.
I would love for if you said yes to this, but my main thing that I like to do is that I'm a hip hop dancer.
No.
And were you a hip hop dancer?
No, I don't dance. I don't dance or sing, but I've done everything else,
Well, yeah. So I'm a hip hop dancer. I've been working with my crew. I've been working with my school DNO Dance Studio in New Jersey, and I would love to do more things in the city. And I've been doing more projects with my dance friends, like combining this film aspect, being like the director of that, and and dance videos. So I get to get the best of both worlds, and so I have my foot in multiple doors.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kayla?
I'm currently attending county during the transition pandemic period since I'm going into musical theater right now.
Oh.
But I'm definitely looking at, I know AMDA has my heart as a dream school. So I could do 2 years in New York and 2 years in LA. And I'm also going to audition for the Renaissance Fair. So I can start getting paid to act actually.
Yeah.
So that's going to be my summer project.
Wow, that's always fun.
Gonna be on a big screen one day for sure.
Yeah.
I really want to.
Yeah, no, we all have faith in Kayla that she's gonna. I mean, she's
They
great.
give me so many genuine compliments.
pressure.
Danny actually makes me so happy with that.
Have you done any projects since Immortals that you acted in at all?
Well, I know that Danny and Ryan, when they were making their little shorts for college and every single project they had to do for a TV class, I was ready. I would step in. And Danny's father, actually, he wrote a play because he's
One act.
also into music and all that. So he asked me to read a part in it. So I'm getting something
good.
right now.
My dad's an old actor. He was in Law and Order and stuff.
Oh.
He was the background guy.
He was in GTA, bro.
He wasn't
Have you ever seen Assassins with Sylvester Stallone?
the Assassins or
Assassins, yeah.
Yeah, no, he was in that movie. He was like a bodyguard. He gets shot. I show that scene to everybody. It's
Awesome. If you ever watch The Dark Knight Rises, I'm in that. I play one of Bane's guys, and when Batman fights Bane, there's a guy in a yellow shirt, and it's me fighting, and all of a sudden as they move, you just see me go like this and whack a guy in the face, and that's it. I show my students love it. They'll go show it over and over, just me punching the guy in the face.
We're watching that movie.
I can hardly tell that it's me, but I'm wearing the yellow. So
me and my sister were just talking about how we're gonna watch the Dark Knight trilogy. I will be on the lookout for that. It's so funny.
we fought for 3 days, 15 hours a day, just fighting in the streets, and it was so much fun. They pay us to do this.
Oh my
It
god.
was so much fun, But then, and I went to the bathroom, and so I'm in the bathroom, and Batman comes in. So as Christian Bale comes in, and his bodyguards come in, they go, "Don't look at him." I'm like, now I have to look at him because he's Batman. So we're both at the urinal, and I turn around, and he looks at me, and he just is like, yeah. And then just walks out. And I was like, that was the weirdest experience ever. I just peed next to Batman. So that was
That's so amazing.
that was my day. But yeah, that's what I'm known. That, and I'm known for Wolf of Wall Street. I'm all over that movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm in Wolf of Wall Street with Leo and all them. So I was in it for a whole month. So I'm in a lot of scenes.
That's
And
so cool.
all the stories you hear, they're all true. Everything behind the scenes, everything crazy and obnoxious and insane. Yes, they all happened. I mean, we had a lion on set. Yes, we had a bunch of little people that we threw into a dartboard. I mean, it was nuts.
Wow.
Nuts.
Wait, were you one of like the business, like the people in the firm?
Yeah,
Oh.
so I was
Oh.
when it was bigger. So I came on when it was bigger, but 25 days of filming. And we did the craziest things I ever did in my life. I go, I'm getting paid a lot of money. It was a lot of money to do this. And Leo, just hanging out with Leo the first time I go in there, I sit down, and I knew a guy from the Kevin Smith days. It was in the movie. So I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in like 15 years. So we're sitting down talking, and a guy sits next to me on the desk I'm at. And he starts talking, and I look up, and it's right here is Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like,
Wow.
So, and then that was it. And then just worked with him for like 30 days or 25 days or whatever. And we had a freaking lion on set. That was nuts. It was just insane.
Wow.
And, you had the fake doing drugs. So they had like this fake drugs and everything. And it was nuts.
Wow.
So,
We need to interview you about your experience.
many people have. I do a lot of podcasts, and they're always like, "So, tell us about Wolf of Wall Street." I'm like, yeah, whatever you hear, it's true. I just tell them it's really true. It was absolutely insane. The best job I ever had, the most money I ever made, and I was like, I'm gonna make it after this. I'm gonna make it. No.
Well, as you're talking about the Dark, well, that was Dark Knight Rises after or before that?
That was before. Yeah. So now I was like on the rising. I was doing a lot of movies, a lot of background work, but I was getting featured work, and I'm like, oh, I made this, and then I didn't. So it's a tough business, guys. Tough business, but you just got to keep at it. So, and then something will hit eventually somewhere. So I've been doing this my whole life, but I'm also a teacher and filmmaker and all that kind of stuff. So you just and I love doing it. So, and now podcasting like a crazy person.
Yeah.
Texas.
So, but it's amazing like who you meet over the years, like people I would never thought I would meet in life. Like I'm just hanging out with. So the last time I was in Texas, I was late. So I met Ming late, and I get there, it was like 3 in the morning, and he goes, oh, meet me at the Four Seasons. I'm at the Four Seasons. I'm like, it's 3 a.m. You're still up? He's like, yeah, Four Seasons. So I walk in, and this crazy Australian guy comes up to me, and he's hugging me, and he's out of it, probably drinking all day. And I'm like, who is this guy? And Ming goes, that's Darth Maul. And I'm like, what? It was Darth Maul, and he was like out of it, and it's so funny. It was the first guy I met in Houston was Darth Maul.
That's so wild.
That's pretty sick.
Alex, a big Star Wars guy.
Yeah. So it was less like I was like, this is the weirdest thing ever. And then if you hang out with Ming, you don't know who you're gonna run into. It's just funny.
That's great.
But those are all stories. You guys will have story after story once you start, going to festivals and doing this and that. And you could be in the audience. You never know. I know it's a student day, but like the regular day, people go and they see these their films. I remember we had a festival here, and a guy's like, wait a minute. The guy is watching my film. That guy's from Sopranos, right? I'm like, yeah. And they go, isn't that guy's from Clerks too, right? I'm like, yeah. Why are they here? Are they here for their film? No, they just came to watch. And then he's like, my movie? Like, yeah. So you never know who's in the audience. Someone told me that Pierce Brosnan saw me in the film, and he thought I was good. And I was like,
Yeah.
007 thought I was good in a movie. So
awesome.
you never know, and those are always fun stories to tell. So,
Absolutely.
but so. We're excited to play your film. You got a whole little slot for you there, and I think there's a couple other sets after that. And there's some college sets upstairs, and I think you guys are downstairs in the bigger room. So fits about 50 to 60 people, and we can have that many. And it's a restaurant bar, so there's a lot of food, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm excited for that. And then after all that, around 5 o'clock, we have an award show. And you guys are up for a lot of nominations. I'm sure you're going to win some stuff. And we have extra awards that we didn't nominate for either. So,
All right.
Well, there you go.
so
Thank
you'll
you so much for having us.
yeah.
Excited.
Yes, thank you.
You guys want to close out by just promoting anything? We could start again with Alec and go around. You can promote any of your websites or anything you want, or Instagrams or things like that.
You know what? Let's follow me on Instagram, AlecBale118. That's really it. And you know what? Thank you for watching.
I'm gonna I'll plug my Instagram too. Why not? You know, that seems to be the trend. It's just Danny Delasi, DANNY DOLLASE. That's it. Also, I'll plug our production company Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely.
Velocity Studios. That's where we post about all of our film updates. You know, we'll most definitely be posting about Brightside, the film festival. That's COLLOCITY Studios on Instagram, so you can follow us there.
Kyle?
I have my Instagram account is just me dancing all over the place. It's at just plain Kyle, but I am considering changing it to my name, so you can follow me at Kyle Burden, KYLEBERDIN.
Ooh, big announcement.
Michaela?
The same thing, my first and last name, but I didn't put it on the thing because I'm silly. I think I'm cool or something. So Kayla.DELVALLE. And yeah, I don't post my acting stuff, but it's my face and I hope to be there someday. So
There you go. Yeah, once you start acting and more stuff and everything, you should make your own just for acting and put that up because it's weird. It's a weird thing now. Like directors and producers, they all look at that kind of stuff. It's weird. I'm still trying to get used to it. They love social media now. It's the thing. It's odd. What about you, Ryan?
So my Instagram account is in the Velocity Studios bio. It's Arkeet_19. And that's going to be a lot of film stuff going forward in college, just because I'm going to be working on a ton of things. So
yeah,
what's up there?
And Zoe?
Yeah, my Instagram is also in the Velocity Studios bio, but it's zoe.twe, so zoe.twe, so you can go follow me there.
Awesome. Any parting words? Anything you guys want to add?
Come watch the movie.
Yes, go watch the movie at Brightside Film Festival. Go.
Everyone, all people are invited. We'll be excited to see you, and we'll be excited to see it too. And we also appreciate you guys very much at Brightside for letting us in and giving us another opportunity for a screening.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of fun. Hopefully, a lot of people will be there this time around. We have no idea because just stuff ending, but it's a lot of fun. The place, and we do it twice a year, and we're glad to be back. So
Awesome.
Again, so thanks, and I will have this posted up later today, Bali.
Awesome. Thank you.
thank you so much.